And with that border crossing back open, we are continuing to monitor the influx of people expected to flee from Gaza into Egypt, as hundreds of foreign nationals are still waiting to cross. Our Ines de La Cuetara is tracking it all from Jerusalem for us. Ines, what's the scene like at the Rafah border crossing right now?
Hey, Diane. Yes, so some good news there. The Rafah border crossing opening up to people for the first time since October 7th. We are starting to see people cross. We're starting to see ambulances leave Gaza as well. At least 17 ambulances by our count have now left Gaza and crossed over into Egypt. Priority is being given to the critically injured. And we've seen ambulances on the other side of the border in Egypt waiting for the wounded. There have been field hospitals as well set up in Egypt. We know the Palestinian Red Crescent is saying that 81 critically injured will be transferred. Unclear if that many have actually made it into Egypt. And like you say, 5 Americans have now been allowed to cross, 5 NGO workers. They were part of a list of 500 foreign nationals that officials had said would be allowed to cross today. Again, unclear if all of those 500 nationals, foreign nationals, have been allowed to cross, but we do have confirmation that the Americans have been allowed to leave. No word on the other Americans. We know, according to the State Department, there are still 400 American nationals still trapped inside Gaza. Together with their families, that's about 1,000 individuals that the State Department is working to get out of Gaza. Unclear what their status is here, and we know the State Department had told American citizens to move close to the Rafah crossing to be able to leave at a moment's notice should the border crossing open up again. So we'll see what happens there. Aid being allowed into Gaza as well. We did see some ambulances crossing into Gaza and aid trucks as well. At least 20 aid trucks have been allowed to cross. Again, that's just a drop in the ocean. It used to be hundreds of aid trucks crossing into Rafah every day. Just 20 trucks allowed to cross in today, carrying food, water, and medical supplies. And one more note on the crossing, Diane. So Reuters now reporting that Qatar is brokering a deal with Israel, Hamas, and Egypt with U.S. coordination to possibly allow for limited evacuations. It's unclear, though, and unlikely that any type of mass evacuations would be allowed. It's unlikely that we'll see, mass evacuations of Palestinian refugees from Gaza into Egypt, but it would certainly be good news if limited evacuations were allowed for.
Ines, meanwhile, the IDF says its forces are significantly expanding operations on the ground in northern Gaza. What's the latest on that?
Yeah, so the IDF saying this morning that they're very, very much continuing their ground operation, expanded ground operation into Gaza, pushing deeper into Gaza, into northern Gaza. Now, it's still unclear just how far they've made it into Gaza, whether they're nearing Gaza City, whether it's just a couple miles into Gaza. But they are releasing videos showing their troops on the ground and tanks on the ground, vehicles on the ground. There was video released yesterday showing bulldozers clearing the way for other vehicles, for troops. So they are very much moving full steam ahead here. They're touting the Hamas militants that they are killing, going after terrorists, killing, they say, one top Hamas commander yesterday in that massive strike on the Jabalia refugee camp, the largest refugee camp in Gaza. The IDF, though, is suffering casualties. So you heard it in Ian's package. As of this morning, they had 11 soldiers killed. As of just a few moments ago, that number went up. We are now at 15 Israeli soldiers who have been killed in action. So they are starting to suffer casualties as well. And they're continuing to strike Gaza from the sky. Relentless airstrikes continuing as well. The IDF saying that since the beginning of the war, they have struck 11,000 targets, Diane.
11,000, wow. Ines de La Cuetara in Jerusalem, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.